Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. Off and running in the Dean Knittel Memorial. Rico Abreu, an aggressive maneuver to get by Skylar G for the second spot. Move Abreu quickly up to P2. He finished in that spot last year at the 2023 version of the Dean Knittel Memorial. Now he looks to track down Chris Windham, who leads lap number 1. 1 down, 29 to go. Windham trying to prove the doubters wrong here tonight. Abreu had to get on the brakes right there. Almost got into the back of Nate Dussel, and Abreu's closing in quickly down the back straightaway. Chris Windham has to get going. He's got to get going right now. Unfortunately for him, a couple fast cars up the road, including Spencer Based and Bryce Lucius. Oh, car around in turn 2. One around right in front of your race leader. And Windham is able to avoid him. Hard to tell from here. That is the 11N of Casey Jedrzak, spun in turn number 2. Green flag is back out at the Dean Knittel Memorial. Good restart for Chris Windham. A better one maybe for Skylar G, as G looked underneath of Rico Abreu. Abreu shut the door on him entering turn number 1. Abreu going to lose some ground. A car around. There's contact. Major contact and upside down. Another car with the throttle stuck. It is Spencer Baston, and he is actually going to tip that car over as well. So 2 cars involved in this one. Red flag conditions. And here is that replay right now. You're going to be looking at the 88 car of Tanner Thorson. He'll be on the top of the racetrack, right side of your screen right now. Gets over the cushion, gets sideways, comes down the track trying to correct the mistake, and McFadden comes around at full song, clips the left side of his car, and Baston was just another guy coming in there trying to avoid the mess. Long time under red flag conditions. We'll see if anybody's cars are affected by that as the green flag comes back in the air. Good restart for Chris Windham as he squirts away a little bit from the 24 Rico Abreu. Abreu second, G still in third, Crouch is fourth. Here's a battle for 5th down the back straightaway as Tyler Courtney makes his way underneath of Corey Eliason, and Tyler Courtney's now into the top 5. Moves Sunshine up to 5th. Windham looking strong early on this run. Still a long ways to go. This time by will be 10 laps in, 20 to go. We're a third of the way home. Cars all over the racetrack in the middle of the pack. Corey Day going at it with Casey Kane. They go side by side down the front straightaway as Tyler Courtney may have got the wall in turn number 2 right there, and he loses the 5th spot right back to Corey Eliason. Chris Windham now closing in once again on the 78 of Justin Clark. Looking to the outside in turns 1 and 2. Windham makes it around him quickly. Now the next car in line is the 32 of Bryce Lucius. Car around, and it is Brenham Crouch, and the yellow is going to come out. Crouch, an incredible job to keep that car fired off, and he will blend back in with the field there, but he is going to bring out the caution. Almost the same thing that Tanner Thorson did, with the exception of him actually going all the way around, but able to keep the car fired right there and closing in on the halfway point. Can Chris Windham make it happen here tonight at Portsmouth Raceway Park? We're back to green. Windham to the cushion in turns 1 and 2. He's very good, it seems like, on those first couple laps after a restart. Tyler Courtney to the wall on the back straightaway. Courtney blows the... Oh, that was a close call right there with Justin Peck. But Tyler Courtney blows a right rear after hitting the wall and the left rear. He blew both tires off the rear end of the Clausen Marshall Racing 7BC. Now here is a look at the replay as Courtney makes a move to the inside of Corey Eliason on the restart, clears him by a mile, gets in the cabbage there and just cannot get the car pointed back down the hill, blows the right rear, then Justin Peck comes along and blows out the left rear, Tony.
Chase, Corey Day just pulled into the work area. They're running to talk to him. I don't know what the issue on the car is, but there's probably a foot-long gash missing out of the side of the right side panel.
Still a lot of money to be decided as Rico gets a great restart right there. Going to look underneath the Chris Windham into turn number 1. Tries to throw a slider. Windham drives around him on the outside. Rico still right there with him down the back straightaway. Does not point the car to the bottom to try and make a move. Abreu a little bit of a wonky corner right there in turn number 3. And Windham pulls back away a little bit back into turn number 1. Rico Abreu right there behind him. 3 car lengths separate the top 2 as they work back into turn number 1. Here comes Rico Abreu. Second last year at the Dean Knittel Memorial, but after a fantastic battle between himself and Brent Marks. Wants to take it here this year. And he's got to get by Chris Windham though. Windham gonna not go down easily. Windham now to the back bumper of Bryce Lucius. He's going to make a mistake, and Windham almost spins the car. Keeps it going. We stay green. He's going to fall to the 3rd spot. Chris Windham, a huge mistake right there, falls to 3rd. Skylar G now up to 2nd. Rico Abreu around the outside of Bryce Lucius, going to put him a lap down to the white flag, 1 to go. Rico Abreu around the outside at turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Rico going to survive here tonight at Portsmouth Raceway Park and win the 7th annual Dean Knittel Memorial. Second goes to Skylar G. Third is going to be Chris Wyndham. Fourth to Parker Price Miller, and fifth goes to Corey Eliason.